So I want you to sit back and enjoy yourself. So moving forward quickly, I want to do the introduction of the speakers. We have Mr. Akinlade Edward, Chairman of Suru Group Limited. He's the keynote speaker. And we have Mr. Wale Farinu. He's the Chairman of Woban Properties. He's the CEO of Woban Enterprises and Woban Travels Limited. So I want you to sit back and just enjoy and tap from the wealth of experience of these men. We have Mr. Joseph Omage. He's a partner in Jide Taiwo & Co. Lekki branch. So just sit down while we go through the profile of the speakers. Before we bring up the keynote speaker, I will want to read his profile so that we will know who is talking to us. Mr. Akinlade Edward is a chartered accountant by profession, an astute real estate professional and property developer with an emphasis on high-end commercial and residential real estate development. He's well experienced in the identification of excellent property locations and development internationally and locally. He is highly competent in property finance and trading, versatile in the origination, conception, structuring, and completion of wide-range property development. He has pioneered the development of cooperative upscale development of luxury terrace housing units in the local Nigerian market and abroad. Please, if you are seeing this video I'm sharing, I just want you to indicate by waving your hand. Are you seeing the profile? Just indicate. Are you seeing the profile?
Yeah.
Can you see it? Okay. All right. Thank you. He has pioneered the development of cooperative upscale development of luxury terrace housing units in the local Nigerian market and abroad. Worthy of note is his contribution and wealth of experience in emerging hospitality industry with a broad focus on the West African sub-region. He pioneered the arrival of the US Best Western Hotels brand into Lagos Ikeja. So you can see the reason why he's the keynote speaker, because we are looking both into real estate and hospitality. So we have brought the right candidate for us. Mr. Akinlade possesses excellent advisory and project implementation skills. In 2007, Mr. Akinlade registered and became the group managing director of Suru Group Limited, a real estate and hospitality company with several subsidiaries covering different sectors of the Nigerian economy, to which Suru Homes Limited, that is into construction, Suru Worldwide Ventures Nigeria Limited, Suru Express Hotels Limited, Suru Suites and Hotels Limited, Hadam Makon Nigeria Limited. He's a fellow of Chartered Institute of Management Accountants, SIMA, associate member Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria, ICANN. He obtained his MBA from the London School of Business Studies in 2010. He attended London School of Accountancy in 1990, where he got his SIMA qualification. He obtained National Diploma in Business Administration from Lagos State Polytechnic, College of Science and Technology in 1983. He attended Western College of Commerce, Lagos, where he obtained his school leaving certificate of education in 1981. He's currently the chairman of Prolific Microfinance Bank. In 2003 to 2006, he worked with Lambro Limited in London as their managing director. 1999 to 23 to 2003, he worked with Best Value Associates, seconded to Alpha Merchant Bank, London, as the head of treasury. In 1993 to 1999, he worked with Southeast Business Services as an accountant. Mr. Akinlade has sat on the board of different companies where his board leadership has made a remarkable difference. Ladies and gentlemen, before I bring him up, I want us to also look at the projects that has been completed by his company. When you look, if you can see the projects I'm about to show, project to us, can you see it with a wave of hand? Can you see it? Can you see it?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes,
So,
I can.
Okay, you see this one? This is the Suru House. Was completed to April 2009. And then the next one is Suru Express Hotel in Surulere. And the next one also is a low-cost housing consisting of 8 blocks of 3-bedroom flats. And also we have block of 12 numbers of 3-bedroom flats, luxury apartments. And this is located at Ikeja. And we have another one, Suru Express Hotel in GRA Ikeja. This is consisting of 35 rooms. We have another, this is part of GRA Ikeja. And also we have another one, block of 55 numbers of 4-bedroom luxury townhouses. That's good one. Please mute yourself. I thought somebody would start clapping by now, sending an icon of clapping to show that he has done great. He has contributed to the Nigerian economy. Please, yes, I want to see your icon clapping for him. That's very good. 55 numbers of 4-bedroom luxury townhouses. This is located in Ikeja GRA. We have also townhouses of 6-bedroom. This was completed December 2011. And we have Best Western Hotel Ikeja. You can see this is a giant building. It has contributed enough to the real estate industry. And also we have 26 low-cost housing at Ikorodu, is consisting of 3-bedroom flats. You see, it's called Suru Ibeshe Garden. And we have another one, 12 low-cost housing of 2-bedroom each. It was completed September 2009. And then we continue, you can see it's part of it, and 2-bedroom bungalow for the federal government. This is September 2010. We have lots of it. Because of time, I will want us to go straight. You can go to the Suru Homes website, www.suruhomes.com, or Suru Group, www.Suru Group, for more information. And then there is upcoming projects at Owode K2, 3-bedroom bungalow is for sale. So you can also, you look at the numbers here, you can take any of the numbers. The off plan is 20 million, and then at completion, it will be 25 million. So you can see that it's someone that have made a lot of contribution.
Hello, the moderator. Hello, the moderator.
Yes.
Please, I don't know whether you allow me to say one or two things. My name is Lekan Abioye. I'm invited into this webinar. I think you have done the introduction of the keynote speaker. I don't think we are here for advertising. I think we should go straight into the purpose of this meeting, and then let us learn from you. And then let there be another platform to advertise whatever thing is on the staple of
Thank
the
you
keynote
so
speaker.
much. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. Thank you. We're looking at challenges, opportunities, and the future of real estate in Nigeria. And we have brought someone who has made so much contribution. And I believe it's not bad for us to learn and to see what he has done so that he is in the position to speak to us. So ladies and gentlemen, we have seen his contribution. If you don't mind, I want everybody with a standing ovation, even though you are sitting. Let's welcome Mr. Edward Akinlade as he begins his keynote speech. Thank you so much. Mr. Akinlade, over to you. You will need to unmute yourself. We can't hear you. Mr. Akinlade, we cannot hear you.
All right,
okay.
Is it better now?
Yes, it is. Thank you.
Okay, can you hear me now?
I think it's
Yes,
better.
we can hear you.
Yes, we can hear you.
All right, I'm sorry. The rain in Lagos has really messed up my office and house internet access. So I have to jump onto a Glow hand device on my iPhone. So that's why you're not seeing me, hearing me clearly. So I need to apologize. Well, a lot has been said about me, but that is not why I'm here. I'm not here to sell myself. I'm just here to pass on my experience of what I've seen in my years and what is going on and what I believe the future is in real estate. Now, success starts when you try stop getting things for yourself and you change it in trying to get things for people, particularly during this corona. So whatever we do must be targeted at getting things for people. Corona, as you all know, has changed everything. This must be our guide during this pandemic period. It must be a customer-focused environment, and that's what I want to do. Now, just to give you a little bit of what I have seen in the real estate market, 15 years since we have been around in Lagos. I'll give you a few examples. Ikeja GRA 2008, we bought a land from a company called Interior Option for about 150 million, 1 acre of land inside the Ikeja GRA. Today, that acres of land is now going for about 800 million. So just to give you a feel of what real estate has done, the impact in people's life if you have invested back then. Oshodi, I bought a block of 8 flats from Sterling Bank in 2010 for about 35 million naira. Today, same block of flats, 120 million. Allen Avenue, Afolabia, you know, I bought a block of, I think 8 flats again from a gentleman relocating to UK for 75 million in 2009. You will be lucky to get it today for 200 million. We did Suru Ibeshe Garden, which is an affordable housing, in 2012, and we sold it around 10 million. Today, average about 15 million. So that is what is happening there. And in the rental market, you know what the rental market is, particularly in Lagos. If you look at it over a period of, say, what it was, say, 10 years ago, and the rent today, it is unprecedented in terms of the cost of 3-bedroom, 1-bedroom, and what it is today. So it shows you the capacity of now, moving on to the other side, which is hotel. What I have seen over the years in that hotel rates seems to have stabilized. Yeah, we will move it 500, 5,000 at times. We will jig it down, but over a period of time, hotel rates are stabilized, particularly in the area that we are actively involved, which is Ikeja GRA. Now, Ikeja GRA, for example, 2007, you can count the number of hotels here. But in the last 15 years, we have had a massive explosion of hotel coming into GRA. I think as at now, they're probably counting about 35 hotels inside GRA. So that is how much that has attracted, that has brought more investors into hotel development. For me, I don't know the market, I don't know what we are targeting, but unfortunately, what I can see is that the future can only be bright because we are targeting influx, particularly after this Corona period, back into Lagos, i.e. we are positioned to house them as they come. Now, having said that, that is just to give you a background and a feel for those two sectors. Now, let's look at the background. Particularly, at the moment, we have a COVID story. It has changed all of us. Everything is upside down. It is not the norm again. So whatever we do, we have to ask what has happened in terms of interstate lockdown, airport closure, massive staff layoff, because people are trying to reinvent themselves and survive. If I survive today, my business survives today, tomorrow, definitely I can re-employ people. But for now, sorry, the answer is no can do. We have massive funding needs by government with limited FX backing. Nigerian government needs money, i.e., that is why we did not see any palliative in Nigeria. Palliative were done in America, palliative were done in the UK, but unfortunately, our government, because of limited resources, did not do it. I have a friend who was here during the Corona lockdown. You will be surprised that the American government credits his account, cash, for him to spend his way out of Corona. Now, unfortunately, this is the situation we find ourselves. The banks at the moment are remaining still. They are not supporting anybody massively in any type of projects. In fact, I was told last week that a number of banks has pulled out their funding to commercial real estate in Lagos at the moment because who is going to rent those property after completion? How will the people who borrowed the money, how will they pay back? So that has been a challenge. And up to also, given the background, we have a high interest rate in Nigeria. It has affected what could have been done over the last years from 1999 to today. Interest rates average today 15 to 25%. It shouldn't be so. In Kenya, interest rate is capped by the government. It must not go beyond that rate. And also in Republic of Benin, for example, the FX rate is not helping because it's piling costs. You take, for example, a roofing sheet. Because of this FX rate, some of them has moved the price to as much as double, 3 times in some instances, because they need FX to bring them into Nigeria. That has really affected what we are doing in terms of construction. Now, having said all of that, what has it done to valuation? I think later on we're going to get an expert in valuation. But what I have seen is that price has remained static throughout this pandemic period. In some instances, some people that are desperate for cash are selling and they're moving out. Unfortunately, they believe that let me have cash in my pocket. The commercial market, that has really, really suffered in terms of low occupancy. People are working from home and they basically abandoned the need to continue their occupancy. In fact, I have one of them who rang me and said, Oga, we have to reduce the rates you are charging us if you want us to remain here. Unfortunately, I understand the corona outlooks and I have to amend my situation. Now, going on, let's now look at the 2 markets in a little bit more detail. Now, in the real estate market, the way we look at it in Suru is that we have the affordability market. Then we have the middle market. So you have to decide if affordability market, people are still able to come and play with you, subject to various palliative. If you look at the middle income, you have to assist those people some more. If you are talking about selling property between the range of, say, 20 to 60 million. But in the luxury market, very hard at the moment. That is what we're seeing. In the commercial market, as I've said, complete slowdown. People are rethinking what they're doing in that market overall because of the effects of working. My lawyer, I don't know whether he works from the bungalow behind his house, so he's where he's residing. So that is a clear understanding of those 2 real estate in terms of residential and in terms of the commercial. We see that the budget is matching extremely very well, but the one in this hotel, occupancy is very low because the airport is closed. We need to get people from abroad to come or from outside Lagos or within West Africa to come. It has been very, very difficult. So when you want to invest in hotel, be careful in terms of investing in luxury hotel or you want to invest in budget hotel. As for me, we are doing more of the budget hotel. In the next few weeks, I would say more like November, December, we are going to open a 92-room hotel in Ikorodu. You may say, Ikorodu out of place, but we did our research and we found that there is no quality hotel in Ikorodu. So we bring in quality there, and it's a room rates of average between 10 and 15,000 naira per day. So we know we can crack that market. And the quality of what we do in Suru Express Hotel, I don't think anybody will beat it. So, but I don't want to now build expensive luxury hotel. The demand at the moment during the corona pandemic is extremely low. They need to open the airport, which has been open. But how do you now encourage visitors to come back to Nigeria? Except it is very, very crucial. They are not coming in terms of maybe tourists or whatever. So that gives you an idea. We are in a buyer's market at the moment. If you have cash, you can dictate what you want to pay for a property. It is supply and demand. Demand is very, very low, massive supply. So I'm encouraging everybody, come and invest in real estate. At this time, you can negotiate. Now, the other thing that we find that is happening currently is high cost of inflation. In fact, they've only just announced this morning, Nigerian inflation for the month of August has come in at 13%. That will put massive pressure on our cost of construction. And in effect, we have to pass it to the buyers. But unfortunately, the buyers know the current price of a 2-bedroom flat, 3-bedroom flat in geographical area of Lagos. So how do you now pass this additional cost to them? So therefore, your profit is going to be squeezed heavily. Exchange rate is also not helping. I think today when I looked at it as Aboki FX, dollar rate average 445 to 460. It is unlikely that you will get FX for in real CBN FX support in this market. So we have to go for the black market rates, I will call it, but unofficial rates. So which you can see, we are heading to 500, I will say, by December with where things are going, because the CBN lacks FX. That is reality. You take it or you leave it. The CBN, that is the main suppliers of FX in Nigeria, they basically lack it. All the people that are inflowing money into Nigeria, they are not bringing the FX. All they're doing is that they're exchanging the pounds or dollars abroad for naira in Nigeria. So the CBN never see all this FX coming from diaspora. So that is why, unless the CBN or the federal government do something to bring in crude, and you know, there's no buyer for crude at the moment. It's a tough time. So we need to appreciate our government in terms of what they're doing at the moment in that area. Now, moving on, let's look at what I would call the future for real estate and hotel. And what I see is government policy is the killer in real estate and hotel investment. Why am I saying so? The governments at every level in Nigeria are targeting internal generating revenue. And what have they been doing? Multiple taxation. Lagos state government is not helping. We have over the years made various submissions to them. They are targeting their internal generated revenue. They're not interested in how they will cut it. So rather than increasing or doing multiple taxation, what our government should be doing is targeting more people to come into the tax net. But unfortunately, they are not getting it right. So it's people like us who are paying tax that they are targeting, which is rather unfair. Let me give you an example. You run an hotel in Lagos, multiple taxation will hit you from every direction. Lagos state government will come, consumption tax on your sales. Abuja will come, VAT. You will pay income tax. Local government will come for what they call probably alcohol tax. Environment will come, environmental. Discharge will come, discharge. The local government will also come back and ask for more. It is unprecedented. And unless we stop this, in the United Kingdom, when you run a business, your tax is 1. Nobody else will come and tax you excessively. But unfortunately, we're not getting it right because every government in Nigeria, and as a result, it's frustrating hotel business, it's frustrating real estate. We want to, for example, do development. The next thing you see, after paying Lagos State assessment, development fee, the next thing you see on site is local government arriving. We want to collect money for stacking. Ministry of Environment will come. Building control will come. All these sort of things needs to stop in order for us as a developer to expand in that industry. Obviously, as a buyer, it does not really affect us. We hope that government will do something about that. access to funding, funding for real estate development, is an hard nut to crack in Nigeria. We have Nigerian banks are not interested. What in buying government bond, period. So all the money used to support
Mr. Akinlade, your network is bad.
governments across Nigeria. We pray that us, Nigerian banks, will suffer under the PENCON Act. Well, platform, because my office platform seems to have gone back. Can I change platform?
The network is bad.
Can you people hear me by?
Yes, your
can you
voice
hear me, or should I change platform?
Fluctuating. You can go ahead, but it's fluctuating.
Okay, let me change platform to my house laptop now. I think you do that. That will be better. So just bear with me.
Okay, thank you everybody for joining us while we wait for him to come up. Network is so bad, terribly bad, I guess because of the rain too. I believe that he will join us shortly. In the meanwhile, I want us to look at the challenges that he has pointed out. One is funding, which is terrible. And then government policy not being friendly. And like someone just sent on the chat, Nigerian multi-tax regime is government friendly and investors pressuring. This is very, very true. This is very, very true. The investors are suffering it. And he also mentioned high interest rates. High interest rates is another thing that is killing the business. If there remember our topic is looking at the challenges, the opportunities, and the future. So this high interest rates is in fact, there's no investor that you will talk to without making reference to these high interest rates. And then the high cost of building materials. Of course, if the dollar is going up, definitely to bring materials here will be high. And it will affect the investors. You will see what will happen at the end of the day is that the people who don't have enough funding will start pulling out from the business. And this is not good. And you know that real estate industry contributes greatly to the GDP of the Nigerian economy. And if government is not helping out, if things are not working out for these investors, you will see at the long run, we are going to have problem with housing. We're going to have housing deficits in Nigeria. So it's very, very, we believe that with time, we will see how government will work out some measures that will help out to reduce these challenges. And then he mentioned something that is very, very key. And that is a problem that is created by COVID-19, the pandemic effect, in working from home, which has affected the commercial market. So many of us, like me, I'm at home, I'm working from home. You hardly go to office, maybe once in a while, maybe when you have a meeting to attend. And so many people, I've had so many people calling me, oh, we want to rent part of our office. Please, if you can help us get a client to do that so that we can share rent. And that is the situation that's been created, because if you're working from home, it means that you're not making good use of the office space. Most times you are working from home, and then the property is just there. You can imagine someone who rented duplex, 4-bedroom, 5-bedroom duplex, and people are working from home. Some people sometimes work 2 times, 3 times in a week, and the property is just there. The only thing that you can do at that particular time is for you to look for someone to share the rent with. Not for you to continue to pay over something that you are not using. I think that is the way we should look at it. I think Mr. Akinlade is up now. Mr. Akinlade, can you hear me? You need to unmute yourself. When you unmute yourself, you turn up your BlackBerry so that the echo will not affect your voice.
Okay. Sorry. Right, can you hear me now?
Very clear. Thank you, sir.
Okay. So sorry for the interruption, but I obviously this is a better platform than the one I was using before. I think where I was talking about access to government funding. Funding from Nigerian bank, which I said Nigerian banks at the moment are absolutely doing nothing. All they do is invest in government bond, collect their money, and not support SME. And until until the CBN and Abuja come up with a policy that will force them to do so, it's not going to happen. Because if I'm sitting as an MD of a bank today, I will go for the easy money. Everybody that has an account, Nigerian banks go in every month, collect bank charges. So if I have if I'm a bank and I have 1 million customer and I go into everybody's bank account and collect 5,000 naira or 1,000 naira every month, you can see the money I'm making. But funding anybody, they're not doing it. So Abuja needs to intervene and put an end to that. So also like I said earlier, the high interest rates, we need to do something about it and bring it down. And obviously, there is no mortgage in Nigeria. All the mortgages you see are 5 years. There is no way you can buy a house on a 5-year mortgage. Nobody who is employed or self-employed can repay any one of those mortgages within a short period of time. It is a fallacy. And that is why I said to you, the purpose of setting the pension fund by the previous government was to use that money as an investment into mortgages and also to support real estate development. But unfortunately, Abuja hijacked all that money. All that money is ending up in Abuja. So all this 31 trillion you're seeing, a lot of that money is coming from Nigerian bank, is coming from our pension that we've contributed into our pension. And until they reset it, we're not going anywhere. So having said all of that, looking at the future, inflation is going up, so cost is going to go up. High cost of fuel and electricity that we have seen, it will add back to our cost of construction. But in terms of valuation, I'm expecting that by middle to late next year, I'm expecting the market to rebound fully, either in the real estate or in hotel. We will come out of this, we will learn from it. A new normal has been set. So happiness, what is called the misery factor will go down and happiness factor will come out. People will come out and say, let me invest, let me invest. But real estate and hotel is obviously the best. Now, let me finally end it and tell you a lot about recent trend in real estate, what we have seen, what can help anybody. Now, in the real estate company at the moment are offering, say you want to buy a property for 10 million. Real estate company will say, go and bring 20%, go and bring 50%. We will give you 2 years to pay the balance. That is the trend now, because we understand there is no mortgage for people. There is no cash out there. So for example, we are selling off-plan our development now in K2 for 20 million. What we are saying is bring 10 million naira, we'll give you 2 years to pay the balance and we will help you. If you default, we will return your money. We are not in the business of seizing your money. But obviously, if the price has gone up, you can't expect us to give you upturn in valuation. So that is for you. Prices are being discounted to sell. People are discounting properties to sell. Access Bank, I saw an advert from Access Bank last week. They advertised to sell an high-rise flat inside an high-rise in the Banana Island for about 250 million. Guess what they did? They said anybody who can bring 20% into Access Bank should come and take the property. And they are prepared to give up to 10-year to 20-year mortgage. This is unprecedented. We have never seen this before from Access Bank. If they can offer that I know there is a funding issue they're trying to get out. Maybe they fund the developer, so they're trying to use that to wrap up. But that is what I would say, a creative way of funding sales. Bring 20%, we give you 10 to 20 years, interest-free from Access Bank. And I've never seen that before. Access Bank offering interest-free mortgage for 10, 20 years. It means that they have hidden it in the purchase price. Hotel now offer massive discounts in rates up to, in some instances, 50%. So that is the trend. Now, and on that note, on that area, I must conclude by saying, given the pandemic, we need to go back to basic. The law of demand and supply does not work during pandemic because it affects both supply and demand. You have a market, you put your goods down to sell. People cannot come. Everybody is doing social distancing, working from home. People cannot come. You need to reinvent yourself. So therefore, that is why internet sales is where to attract people now, rather than the normal going out, doing all sorts of. So to be successful, we need to reinvent ourselves in the normal 3 Ps we learned in those days in school. The product has to be right. The price has to be right. Discount the price, get your cash in, move to your next project. The place, you need to be in the right place. There is no point going to do a real estate project inside the bush. I was going to Iguora some years ago, and I saw a big development by one developer. Come and buy land here to deal. What was going on in my mind is, if I buy a house here, how do I get to town? How do I go to work? Where would my business? But anyway, don't forget, like I said, you can buy it, you can live there, you can do all your business on the internet. That is the trend, but the place needs to be right. It must be where people want to live, not anywhere. Then the people that you gather around you must also be right people. Over the years, I have seen all sorts of. I don't want to go beyond that, but get the right people. If you got somebody is not okay, let the person go. The person will reinvent himself somewhere else. Get the right people. And finally, customer first. Customers is always right. No matter what you do, no matter what panky atrocities you want to play in real estate industry, get your customer must be first. It must never be second. Once they are second, your business will fail in not a distant future. But once your customer is first, a good example, we saw some development in Ebute Metta to a lot of people. When we now start another development, we just market those customers. We have them in our hand. One big example I will give you is that in that development at the moment, we have a number of associations, pension cooperative that bought it for their members. So we are remarketing them and saying, this is what we are going to do. This is what we are going to do. Immediately, they came and support us. So customer first. If I have a customer and is having a problem of a property I sell 10 years ago, I will do everything in my power within the contract to make sure I go there and fix it. It will be happy. It will come back in the future. Finally, investing in real estate still remains one of the sure and best way to prosperity. Even during this pandemic, you will invest in real estate, just wait a time, particularly what we have seen in Nigeria, you will get your return. It must be a long-term investment. Investing in real estate is not, let me invest today and check out tomorrow. It doesn't work. Long time. Soon, COVID will be over. It will be over. It will go into the history book, just like what happened in the year 1919. Nobody will hear about it. Thank God the vaccine is here. I'm so happy about the vaccine. I will be the first if they can give me the Russian vaccine to use. I will be so grateful. But Abuja is not allowing us to have it. I don't know the reason. The Russian vaccine is here. So all game change again. So we are into another level of normality. Once the American vaccine or the British vaccine is out, COVID will be history. But then things will never be the same again. In some industry, we have seen all the nakedness has been exposed. We now know the truth. So you can't come and boomerang us in any way. And so if you can navigate through this period, the future can only be bright. There is no two ways about it. So as an investor, come and invest. As a developer, find the right property, customer rights. Be careful of those effects that will affect your business. If you don't have the heart of an elephant, don't go and build any real estate in Lagos. The government is very, very, very strong in enforcement. Get your paper ready, get your planning approval ready. It may take time, but once you get the approval ready, you can go and build what you need to build. But if you are, lay back, you can never be successful in real estate. So find the right property, find the right land, find the right people, find the right consultant. And consultant also is very important. Use them to wrap yourself. And I'm sure, and I hope you have benefited from this. The future is bright in this industry. Come and join us. I am one of those people that if you reach out to me, whatever I know, I like to impact people. Some people, other entrepreneurs, what they do is that they hide their secrets. I don't believe in that. I let people know, go and do it. If you can do it, whatever support I can give, I will give. Because I am here today based on support I have received in the past and good advice that I have got in the past. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Akinlade. I thought I'll be seeing your hand clapping. I want everybody to be clapping. I want to see it on the chat. I want to see it on the chat. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You have done well. You have done well. Okay, so while you were trying to connect back, we looked at the challenges you already talked about, and also now we want to look at the opportunities that you mentioned. So as it is now, it means that the off-plan package, which is trending, is also good. It's an opportunity for people to become real estate owners in Nigeria. And also you mentioned something that is very, very key, the 3 Ps, product, place, and price. This is very important. Yes. The location where you invest, the pricing, and also the product that you are putting out in the market. Because I believe that is what will actually attract people. As it is now, one of the questions I would like to ask is, what are the construction design that you think that will be put out in the market, considering the effect of COVID-19 in terms of security and protection of people? What are the kind of design that as an investor you are looking at? Also with respect to real estate commercial, what kind of product or design do you think that should be put out there? Because of one of the questions that someone asked. So I'm just trying to rephrase it there.
Well, from my experience, where we are at the moment is that whatever we do now must be modern design. The days of all those old design that we see in Lagos, all those LSD-PC type of design, those days are gone. You need to design all those maintenance out of whatever you're doing. As to COVID, your property must be ready for internet because people are not going anywhere. And like you said, the products must be targeted, particularly which market are you targeting? Luxury market, middle class, or low affordable market? So you can, for example, you cannot go and build affordability market property in Ikoyi. It is not right. Nobody is going to come and buy it in that market, that people that are on low income. Obviously the price will be in the million. So the design you will do in Ikoyi must meet Ikoyi market. The design you will do in places like say Ikeja must meet the middle income market. The one you will do in say Ikorodu, try and target affordability. It cannot be more than 10, 50 million. That is what those people can afford. As you are moving towards K2, the people there will be looking at about 20 million because they can sleep some more than the people in Ikorodu, traffic, but the product is key. Location is key. You must define the area that you are, and to define the area that you are in Lagos is very, very easy. Just look at the cost of buying the land. That will tell you what particular area is. Now, in the commercial sector, it's a market that is very, 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 very difficult at the moment, like I said. I am in the commercial sector at the moment. My investment is really in real estate sector because the commercial sector at the moment, you must be brave to enter it. Another area that I've never thought about or I've not talked about is actually shops. I'm not talking about the mall. I'm talking about mini shops. If you go all around Lagos, once you have that street front, put some shop there, rent them out. That is another way of earning money. During this corona, one of the things that have saved Suru, has been the rental income we are collecting from our rents and from our tenants. No sales, we were not able to achieve any sales. Nobody is buying land. We have land for sale in Ikeja GRA. We have land for sale in Ikeja. Nobody is buying, but rents were coming in. That is how we were able to survive until now. As the opening came, we've seen a number of people now coming to buy land again from us. So that is an area that is very, very key. But as for commercial, I don't believe that you will see any more luxury commercial building coming up Lagos very, very soon. But look at those areas, like I said, shops is another part of commercial. Shops development in key spots. The location has to be right. It's no good for you going to put a shop, a block of 20 shops at the back of a street. It must be the main road and it will be a success.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. Someone asked a question: what can be done to promote locally manufactured materials now that the interest rate, the rate of bringing it in is very high? Is it not an opportunity for people that are producing locally to come up and be known? What do you think about local materials?
Well, it is obviously an area that governments and we also should be patronizing. But I'm using the word but, with one exception, Coleman wire. With one exception, Coleman wire. Coleman wire, locally made, is better than Chinese wire, is better than German wire, is better than American wire. I can assure you that. People go and buy that. Even before Corona, even before any lockdown, people have been patronizing them. But any other products in the construction industry that is locally made, quality is very low. And you will buy bulbs. It will basically not do what it's supposed to do. It is only the imported one that are, for example, encouraging. But as far as I'm concerned, if you close the border on all building material and say they cannot come in, what you are doing is that you are putting pressure on local supplier to do better. And that is the way we should go, because we need to encourage them. Like, for example, let me give you one example, is metering. We have plenty metering manufacturers in Nigeria. Whether they are manufacturing or they are assembling them, I don't know. But they call themselves manufacturer. All the discos in Nigeria, they don't want to buy their meter. They prefer going to the CBN, get FX, import meter from abroad. As far as I'm concerned, that door should be shut. Then this local manufacturer, they will be forced to partner those good manufacturers abroad to come up with what they call digital meter, smart meters, that you don't need to go to that meter, is doing its work. So those are some of the things. You buy locally made any material, the quality will let you down. And that is why everybody is after imported one, because you know that house will be there for a long time.
Okay, thank you so much. So in essence, we need to increase our quality in Nigeria. Someone put up a question and said, how does the forum affect someone in diaspora? This forum that we are, this forum that we're having now, this session that we're having, how does it affect someone in diaspora? I believe the person logged in from outside Nigeria. So what kind of investment do you think that people that are not in Nigeria should go into? I believe that's the question the person is trying to ask.
Over the years, I've been trying to encourage our people to come back home. And this is actually the right time because of the FX gain. I came to Nigeria when the pound was 150. The pound today is almost 600. So it's about time they come. And when they come, they need a place to stay. What we're saying is buy a house. If you don't have money to buy a house, buy a land, but find the right people to build it for you. Because if you go into the wrong hand, you're in trouble. Somebody will take your land before you come back to Nigeria. Don't even tell me about my family will do it. It's the worst one. Get professional. If you are going to employ Julius Berger to go and build that house, employ them, it will cost you more. But when you get back to Nigeria, the house will be there. That is the difference. So people in the diaspora, what we're saying is come and invest in real estate. If you have money, invest in hotel in Nigeria. So when you come, stay in your hotel, make money. As you are in London, you can be monitoring everything now on CCTV, on the internet. So for them, what we're saying is, as you are approaching 60, get out of wherever you are. You can't be living in the United Kingdom or America or China or Canada after 60. Come back home. The cold will get you. I'm sorry, it's not a cost, but you will feel the cold. Come back to Nigeria. All that money that you have been making over the years, bring it here, come and invest it. Exchange rate is in your favor. You can, for example, let me give you an example. The development we're doing now in K2, in my 2 Owode, we're off plan, 20 million naira. 20 million in pound today, you know how much that is? 40,000 pounds. They cannot buy. In fact, there's no property you can buy in London for 40,000 pounds. So it's an opportunity for you to come and invest in Nigeria. Key into it. If you are not coming at the moment, rent it out. Find a good estate agent like Jide Taiwo to assist you in managing it. When you are ready, keep the tenant out, move in there. So they should come home. Now is the time, particularly when prices are down, exchange rate is up in their favor against us in Nigeria.
Thank you so much, sir. All right, sir. Before I will ask the participant to ask questions, one of the questions I want to ask is, considering the effect of COVID-19 on so many people who have lost their jobs and then they are yet to pay their rent in future, don't you think it's going to create problem between the landlord and tenant because they have paid rent already before they lost their jobs? Now they are not without job, and then they are going to renew rent very soon. What are investors doing? What are they thinking? Is there any measure they are putting in place to ensure that their rent comes to them?
Well, that is the question you've asked me is very, very laughable. Why I say it's laughable is, let's look at what America did. Immediately the coronavirus came in, America introduced a law passed by the National Assembly. Do not touch tenants. Do not evict them during this pandemic. In fact, I think as of last month, they've extended it by another 2 months. So you could not evict any tenant during that time. The landlord were the one feeling the heat. The tenants were in enjoyment. So after the corona pandemic, you are now supposed to go to them and then they will reschedule how they will pay their rents. Now, coming into Nigerian situation, we don't have that here. You need to be a man with a soft heart. When a tenant call you and says, "Oga, sorry, I've lost my job, I can't pay the rent." If that is what your livelihood is on, you are in trouble. But if, for example, you need that money, there's trouble. But if you have other source of income, work with them and said, okay, I will work with you. When you're out of your problem, please start paying the rent. It's difficult to go and it's not, I would never advise any landlord to go and evict a tenant during this pandemic. Where are they going to go? How will they start again? So also pray for them out of their problem, but evicting them during this pandemic, please, I beg you, work with them so that things would, once things change, like I said, now that we know the vaccine is coming, normality is coming. For example, the development that we are doing in Ikorodu, we need to employ staff for that hotel. So I think we are recruiting about 10 to 15 people for that hotel. It is unprecedented during pandemic for you to see people recruiting. And once we see our hotel back online, all the staff that, for example, we have sent home, we will call them back. Even my own head office, up till end of this month, we have only been working 3 days a week. You can see the effect on the staff going back, dealing with their rent, because I'm not paying for what they have not worked for. So unfortunately, they have to go and negotiate their rent. It has nothing to do with me. I'm only running a business, reacting to the pandemic and my own revenue. But that is the reality. So again, we need to be flexible with tenants, work with them. If you have job, introduce them to job. Those people who follow me on Facebook will see, anytime I see any vacancy anywhere, I always put it on Facebook because I know a lot of my friends are out there with no work. So I beg every landlord, please work with your tenants. I'm not talking about tenants that is only rent for 3 years, 2 years. I'm only telling you those ones that were sacked pre-corona or during corona or after corona. Help them.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. In fact, this is exactly the time that we gave you, 12:05. We've used the time very well. But I just want to give time to see if there's anybody that wants to ask questions before we move to the panel session.
Hello. Hello,
Yes.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. My name is Fisayo.
You're welcome.
Thank you for the webinar.
Thank you.
And in fact, I think we should have one or two more of these.
No
Because
problem.
it's actually very, very important for us. But my question is this: if you look at the investment in Nigeria today, you will agree that real estate is still the best investment that you can actually get involved in. If you look at the banking industry today, there is no attractive investment for any customer again. Even the treasury bills that a lot of people put money in, the value, the interest rate is now low. The savings account is low. So a lot of people are still investing in real estate. If I have liquid cash now, the best thing for me to do and the right decision for me to do is to invest in real estate. But my question is this, and it's important. If you look at Nigeria, for example, look at the middle class. What plans do you have for the middle class? And when I talk about the middle class, I mean those earning between 5 and 10 million or 12 million. And if I say, okay, look, I need a house now. Well, with my income, will I get a property at Ikoyi? Will I get a property at Surulere? Will I get a property at Apapa? It's not. So I don't know whether you can actually look into this and say, okay, the middle class, we have like a lot of them in the middle class that needs property. And a lot of customers nowadays are working from home. If I have my property now, I would prefer to stay in my house and work for my house. And I can be paying the mortgages. But you cannot have a property that is 12 million now. You cannot have 10 million. How do I pay? How do I survive?
Okay, thank you.
That's the question. That's where I think we should actually channel our energy and produce more for the middle class. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. I think Mr. Akinlade can do justice to that question.
Yeah, I mean, like I keep on saying to you, the foundation is wrong. All of these things wrap around funding. wrap around funding. How do middle class people get funding in the UK? They apply for mortgage. The mortgage is 20, 25 years. In Nigeria, it is impossible. So until we open up all those areas, we will not be able to support those that we need to support. And like I said, all of these things for me, I'm holding CBN responsible. I'm holding Abuja responsible, because the money that was meant to support this mortgage industry is the pension fund. Pension fund today, we have 10 trillion naira. That money was supposed to be used as mortgage to support the middle class through all these mortgage banks they established. Go to any mortgage bank, go to Federal Mortgage Bank today, apply for a loan. You will be lucky to see that loan in 5 years' time. I haven't met all the conditions. It is government policy that needs to drive it. Once mortgage is available, voila, middle income people will be able to afford properties in middle income area. Ebute Metta, Surulere, Ogba, Anthony, Maryland, Mende, Ojodu. All those areas will be available. Lekki, I'm not talking of Lekki phase 1. I'm talking about Lekki up to Aja. It's available. But that lump sum to buy that property is there. And that is one of the reasons why we are saying, we as developer also understand that. And we are saying, if you want to buy a property, like say, the one we're building, 20 million, go and find 10 million naira.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you much. I'll just take Mr. Jide. Mr. Jide, you are the last person because of our time, please. Just go straight to the question. Thank you.
Thank you. This is the most brilliant lecture I've listened to in recent time, and I quite appreciate this. I just want to encourage us, particularly the middle income class. Please, you have to first assume there is no government that is interested in your case. So why don't you leverage on an opportunity like this, an expert like this that can help, and embark on what I call collaborative investment. About 4 of you can come together if you trust one another, pool your resources together, acquire a property, add value to it, sell it. By the grace of God, I bought my first plot of land as an undergraduate in the University of Benin then, so you can imagine. So, because we have been advised this, the best investment is real estate. And there are other areas. Finally, there was a young man who came to me recently that he needed to rent a land for farming. I told him, no, don't rent land. Go and look for where you can buy a land. He said he didn't have money. I said, go ahead, forget about money. And today he has been able to negotiate 3 acres. I'm supporting him. He is going to buy, and I've told him not to be worried. We pay part of it. He can go and bring buyers to pay for the remaining, pick 1 acre out of it for himself. Land anywhere close enough to you is worth investing in. So please leave. Government is confused right now. Don't look to them for help. Find a way of helping yourself, and don't just listen to this lecture and let it pass away. And that's why I've been sending part of my interest also. And once again, I want to appreciate there is a way where there is a will, and I pray that God will grant you that will. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr.
My view on that is, my view on that is, I love that view, but there is a Nigerian factor in the sense that people of same mind always flock together. It is a good, I have done this so many times in the United Kingdom with my friend Tunde and another friend called Darren. When we see a big property, we will pool all our cash together, we will buy it, make money, and then we flourish. So that is what I'm basically saying, that it is a good thing to be done. In Nigeria, I don't do partnership. I don't do JV. I want to do my things alone, because experience has shown somebody among the people who pull this thing together, in spite of legal agreement, will make a mess of it. If you can find the right people, if you can find the right family members, if you can find the right parents who can pool resources with you, it's a good way. I have some 2 boys here in Shonibare Estate. What have they done? There was a land I was trying to buy some months ago, and it was too high, 150 million for 1 plot inside Shonibare Estate. I said, this is ridiculous. So I passed the land some few months ago, and I saw they're putting 2 townhouses side by side on Olatunbosun Street. So I went in. Then I saw these two gentlemen. They were sitting there, building in their khaki. They both prod money. They're doing that development. At the end, they want to sell each for 150. That is over 300 million. If they have bought the land for 150, 300 million, how much are they going to use to do development? For me, maybe 75 million. So you can see 75 million in their pocket, off plan. When completed, it may be more. That is people of the same mind. Now, if one of them wake up tomorrow and say, sorry, I'm no more funding you in this, what you are building, voila, I want my money now, and broad problem. It's good, but be careful. Pooling resources is the way to go. Because it provides a pool of larger funds to do larger things, rather than all I can afford is 5 million naira. If for 5 million naira, where are you going to go? You're going to go to Ikorodu. In fact, you will not go to Ikorodu, main Ikorodu now. When you get to Ikorodu, you will then take bus for another half an hour to get to, I don't know where, I don't want to mention the outskirts of Ikorodu, because there is no land in central of Ikorodu for 5 million naira again. That one is history. So you need a bigger figure that can bring you out of town, bring you to Ketu, bring you to Mende, Ojodu. That is my advice, but it's good, it's good, it's good.
Thank you for that contribution, sir. In summary, we are saying that getting people together, you need to get the right people. That is very, very key, and back it up with an agreement. Quickly, we want to introduce the panelists that will be taking the panel session. Mr. Wale Farinu, he's a seasoned businessman with diverse experience, strong technical and business